Hi guys, welcome back to my Prep XVS guide. Now I'm gonna review Summoner Yuna. So let's start from her normal form. So first of all, I must say that her normal form is kinda rubbish. Okay, so basically it is the set up form. But yes, she able to do some support, but I don't think they are that useful to other characters. The first support is 30% staff in peril. So I can say she is probably the best staff attacker at this point. So this is only used for her Breath Shift Limit Burst later. Okay, so yes, use this as a setup. And if you need a support, Yuna able to support you a little bit when you fight against Fairy and Aqua monsters because she gets 50% physical and magic mitigation. This is nice. She also able to cast 4 Barga magics. Okay, water, thunder, ice, and fire. So 80% for those elements. And they are nice, but she is limited to dual caster on this form, so I can say she cannot cast that many spells within one turn. And probably the best supporting ability she able to do is giving field elemental resist. If you summon Ifrit or Shiva, your field and enemy will get that plus 50% fire or ice resist. So this is really nice, especially if you combine it with, let's say, Bar Firaga or Bar Blizzaga, okay, because basically that means you have 130% fire or ice resist. Very nice, right? It will be very useful for Dark Vision if you try not to get any damage. And if you use Dark base finisher, she also can help you with Anima, because when she summons Anima, she gonna give 30% dark field damage. So yes, she is good when paired with Sephiroth. But again, if you already have Wrist, maybe you don't need this one, because Wrist, if I'm not mistaken, she also give you 25% dark field when summon Fenrir. Okay, so yes, I understand now why Wrist called budget Yuna. Okay, very nice. And yes, I can say that her limit burst on this form is nothing amazing. She can deal 170 times spirit scaling damage, but she doesn't have any chain modifier cap on this form, so I can say this is kind of crappy. The reason to use this is to get the modifier for evoke damage. This is gonna improve her Breath Shield Limit Burst or other evoker like Terra. Okay, so this is nice. But again, if you already have her STMR, I can say that maybe you don't want to use this on the first turn, especially if the EVO damage modifier doesn't stack with your STMR. I really cannot test it, guys. Really sorry, because from the sample, from the unit intro quest, when you use the limit burst, the cactuar are gonna die, so I cannot really stack. But I believe it cannot be stacked with your STMR, but correct me if I'm wrong, okay? But if it can be stacked, then it is insane, because basically you get plus 60 times EVO damage for your Breath Shift Limit Burst. Okay, so I will leave that to you. So that's all for the normal form. Now let's talk about the Breath Shift form. So the Breath Shift form is actually about the same like the normal form, but on this form she has Granny's ability like Terra Ferris, which gonna feel her limit burst and then improve her limit burst damage buff. But I can say this is nothing special, guys, because you only get 200% limit burst damage buff. If you remember Terra, Neo Vision, very old unit, she gets 250% limit burst damage. So 50% less, but 200% at this point is not amazing, especially when you able to tell other buffers to give you 250%, right? She able to chain with Bolting Strike, but I don't think it's that amazing, okay? And basically, yes, the Breath Shift Limit Burst, it is the same like Terra, except it deals light instead of fire damage, and it has a little bit better damage modifier, 90 times if you remember. Terra deal 80 times fire evoke damage. So yes, a little bit better, but does that make her better than Terra? Let's do a comparison. So if you compare her to Terra, I can say that Yuna's biggest advantage is she has better damage modifier. So if both of them have the exact same stats, spirit versus magic, let's say 5000 spirit versus 5000 magic, then of course Yuna will be more powerful. And remember, Yuna also able to get additional evoke damage through her STMR or limit burst, which gonna, I can say, yeah, plus 30, that means 40 times more evoke damage compared to Terra. So theoretically, Yuna deal 50% better damage if have exact same stats, okay? Theoretically, okay? Please don't say, oh, Yuna deal 5 times more damage. I said damage modifier wise. I hope you can understand that, okay? And yes, the problem with Spirit is, of course, she will be very tanky when fight against magic attack. But another problem is, it is harder to increase Spirit stats compared to magic. So yes, if you use Terra, then it is really easy to increase through dual wield or through double hand magic, because there are so many accessory or abilities which increase 100%. But for equipment Spirit, I can say you may have a little bit problem, because from what I checked, you only get like 50%. There are no 100% equipment Spirit boost, if I'm not mistaken, so it will be a little bit hard. So yes, Yuna get 1500 Spirit boost, or maybe 2000 using 2 of her STMR. I'm not sure whether it's stackable or not, but from the description, it is not stackable. So I'm kind of confused, guys. Okay, but I can say that this 1500 is meant to compensate that through double hand Spirit, okay, because you will have hard time to increase your Spirit. So this 1500 Spirit not gonna make her has much higher offensive stats than Terra. That's simply opinion, okay? I haven't tried this on FFBE equip, because at this time I really cannot make Yuna equipment on FFB equip. Maybe they haven't updated now, but yeah, like I said, because of this true double hand Spirit, Yuna probably don't have that much higher offensive stats. Another problem is, as an evoker, you need lots of stats: evo damage, evo magic, limit burst damage, savior of soul lightning, something that Terra doesn't need. Okay, so yes, in the end, sure, she has more potential than Terra, but if you take a look here on the stats, I don't think she will be much more powerful compared to Terra. Okay, maybe you have done calculation, you say, oh, Yuna is great, she rivals Sephiroth, etc. Maybe, but really, I just, to be honest here, okay, I really don't know what to say about her. Sure, from damage modifier wise, she is nice, but looking on this equipment, I can say that she is kind of hard to gear. Okay, this is the biggest disadvantage. Okay, so my conclusion for Summoner Yuna. So yes, she is probably better than Terra, I believe that, but by how high, okay, how much margin, how much better she is compared to Terra, I'm not sure. That's what I want to say. With that 30 times evoke damage, she will be very powerful like finisher, but again, she is very hard to gear, I can say that. So good luck if you want to try to get her. She is kinda treated like premium unit, but I don't think she is that interesting like Sephiroth. Again, I can be wrong, because she gets 100 score on Ultima Japan, okay? What I want to say here is, if you want to get her and you know her damage is really good, is go get her, because we really cannot go wrong with this type of character on this point of the game. She is good, but for me, okay, I already run out of Lapis, and I managed to get Angela. if I need some magical light finisher, I can use my Angela. Okay, maybe Yuna is better than her, but yeah, I don't aim for the maximum damage. That's all I want to say. Okay, and in the end, I can only give her maybe 9 out of 10. Not because she is not powerful, but because she is kind of boring character. Okay, when Terra comes out, wow, it is really interesting. But after this long time, I don't think so. Okay, because yeah, kind of boring, like I said. Okay, maybe the next week when we get Auron, I will also say it is boring because Auron is basically win Sephiroth. But at this point, it's all up to you guys. It is simply basically a dark vision character where you need to deal maximum damage, and then on the next week we're gonna need another class of will character to deal maximum damage on class of will. Yeah, basically you know the state of the game right now. And for the Trustmaster and STMR, I can say for the Trustmaster reward, it is good, especially for Evoker, but maybe not that needed because she is finisher, and I don't think you really need to finish the chain, let's say on 10 hits or whatever. Simply wait and land the attack normally. So she is not a chainer, so this chain modifier for normal chain it may be not that useful. But for the STMR, it is really good because it can grant you with E4 damage modifier boost ability for other Evoker. And yeah, even if you don't use it, you can use it on normal characters. You get 55 attack or 55 magic, which are quite high, and 50% limit burst damage, which is kind of meta on today's standard. So this is really good STMR. For the Vision card, I can say it's not that interesting. For Sephiroth, I can understand, okay? 500 attack, and most Final Fantasy VII characters are DPS. So Sephiroth Vision card gonna be useful for lots of Final Fantasy VII characters. We have, let's say we have Cloud, Final Fantasy VII Remake. Yes, maybe he is not meta, but yeah, at least you can use that card for other characters. But for this Yuna, this increased spirit, and she's the only spirit-based attackers on the Final Fantasy X universe. That's why I kinda hate this Vision card. Okay, so I think that's all you need to know about Summoner Yuna. Thank you very much for watching. Press the like button and subscribe to my channel for more Final Fantasy Prep X US guide. Bye bye guys!